Tattva Viveka, the second section, which is inquiry into truth. So I'm just going to read through till the point that we have to start from today. Tattva Vivekah kaha ātmā satyam tadanyat sarvamityeti ātmā kaha sthūla sūkshma karana śarīrābhimānī panchakoshatītas san avasthātraya Yaha tishtati sa ātmā. So here he said avasthātrayaṃ Sachidananda Swarupa San. So this avasthātrayaṃ is only what we are going to see today. Then the student asked, what was this sthūla sharira? What is this sukshma sharira? All that we have already seen. Now we will go to the part where he asks about the karana sharira. Karana sharira is what we covered in the last class. So the question was asked, Karana Shariram Kim? Anirvacyanadya Vidyarupam Shariradvayasya Karanamatram Satswarupajnanam Nirvikalpakarupam Yadasti Tat Karana Shariram. Like that the answer was given. So quickly we will revise it. So some words were used. Anirvachya, that means it is indescribable, anadi, it is beginningless. Avidya Rupam, it is of the nature of ignorance. So anything apart from the ātmā, which we call the anātmā, which is consisting of these three shariras, sthūla, gross body, sukshma, subtle, and karana sharira, which is the causal body. So these three bodies are given in our philosophy. So all these three things are rooted in ignorance. So it is avidya rupam and shariradvayasya karanamatra. He says that this karana sharira, causal body, is the cause of the sthūla and the sukshma sharira. Why? Because we said that the papa and punya are stored in the karana sharira. And because of papa punya only, you get this sthūla and sukshma sharira. So you come into being because of this papa and punya. Then satswarupa ajnanam. So it is of the nature of the ignorance. Nirvikalpaka rupam, of nature of non-differentiation. It cannot be pointed out. So that's why it is nirvikalpaka rupam yadasti tat karan shariram. So of what that exists, that is known as the causal body. Then now we are going to go to avasthātrayaṃ. Avasthātrayaṃ kim jāgratsvapnasuṣuptyavasthāḥ. So this is the question asked by the student. Avasthātrayaṃ kim. Avastha means the state or a condition. Trayam, three, kim, what. So when the Guru was talking about the ātmā, he used these words. It is beyond the three avasthas, like that he said in the beginning itself. So the student wants to know what is this avasthātrayaṃ. So he is asking, what are these three states? Now then the answer is given, jāgratsvapnasuṣuptyavasthāḥ. So Jagrat means the waking state, Swapna means the dream state, Sushupti means the deep sleep, avastha states. So these three states are the waking, the dream and the deep sleep. Like that the Guru told the student. Then the question was asked, jāgradavasthā ka śrotrādijñānendriyaiḥ śabdādiviṣayaiśca jñāyate ityucyate sa jāgradavasthā sthūla śarīrābhimānī ātmā viśva ityucyate. So the question is asked, jāgradavasthā ka. What is this waking state that you talked about? You said that three states are there, which is the waking, the dream and the deep sleep. Now what is this waking state? Like that was asked. So the teacher is replying, śrotrādi. Śrotrādi means it refers to the ear, etc. Śrotra adi. So it is denoting all the sense organs. Jñānendriyaiḥ. So this is, we have seen before. Jnanendriyas are the organs of knowledge. So how we get the knowledge from the world is by using our jnanendriyas. When we use the word jnanendriyas, we are not talking about the sense organs. We are talking about the intelligence behind the sense organs. What are they? There is intelligence behind ears, shrotra, to perceive the sound, skin, tvak, which will perceive the touch, and then chakshu, eyes, which will perceive the sight, rasana, tongue, perceives the taste, and grana, nose, perceives the smell. So these are all known as the jnanendriyas. So he's talking about these sense organs, ears, eyes, etc. will get the intelligence from these jnanendriyas, shabdādi. So what does it get? It gets whatever it needs to, like for example, eyes will get the objects of sight. Like that, each organ will receive whatever it's supposed to receive. So shabdādi, so sound, etc., received by the ears. Viśayaiśca, so and objects, jñāyate, is known. So how it knows all these is using the jnanendriyas. How the sense organs knows this objects of the senses is using the jnanendriyas. Iti, thus, yet, that, sa, that, jāgradavasthā. So in the waking state, what happens? We are knowing things about the world. So we are awake. So that is what is explained here. śarīrābhimānī, ātmā, viśva, ityucyate. Now this is little bit deep. That is śarīrābhimānī. śarīrābhimānī. Abhimanam means what? You have the knowledge that this is me. So in the waking state, you think that this body is me, right? Only then you interact in this world. In the sleeping state, you don't know where you are or what you are doing. You don't know. But when you are waking up, you know that, okay, this is me. I am moving and I am getting this object. That awareness is there. That is known as the abhiman. So he is describing about that. We will see more in depth. Just for now, you know that this is known as viśva. When a jiva is in the waking state, when the jiva means the soul is in the waking state, it is given a name. Every state will be given a name that we will learn. And also the cosmic self will be given a name, which we will see as well. So this is known as viśva. Like that it is said. So there are different names. Viśva, Tejasa, Prajna, like that for the jiva. Similarly for the cosmic in this forms, Virat, Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, like that some names are given. That also we will see what they are. But for now, just know that when you are in this state, when a jiva is in this state, generic term used is viśva. That is, he has the abhimana in his body, in his mind, and also the causal body. So 3 shariras, he thinks it is me. So in this state, it is known as the viśva for the jāgradavasthā.